supermodel or an actress on TV. She don't run around half naked for all the world to see. She's just the cutest little sweetheart you ever want to see. She don't run around half naked for anyone but me. 'Cause she's the perfect woman. Yes, she's the perfect woman. Oh, she's the perfect woman for me. Music has always been an interest of mine, that's for sure. I know. First time that I ever really was interested in guitar stuff, though, was because this kid in our class brought an electric guitar to school. He was taking lessons in second grade, and he brought that, and I was just like, "Oh man, that's cool! I'm gonna learn to do that." So that's what I did. I taught myself, though I didn't go to lessons. Didn't trust anybody to teach me. And my parents said, "Money doesn't grow on trees, boy." Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. My dad really liked to be a gardener, but he was a mechanic. He was very good at fixing cars. So that's what he did for a living, but I don't know if he ever really loved it. But it made him a living, not a very good living, because in those days you didn't get paid much for that. Now, if he was a mechanic now, like $80 an hour. Once he had a Presto was the big place to work at in Eau Claire. Either was Presto or Uniroyal, two of the big gigantic industrial places. And at that time, in the 60s, Presto was making artillery shells for Vietnam War. So they were looking for all kinds of people, and my dad worked there for a short period of time, and if he'd had stayed working there, we probably would have done pretty well, but he couldn't stand swing shift. He couldn't sleep during the day. So he got upset and threw a temper fit tantrum and quit. Best job he ever had, everything, but just because he didn't want to deal with it. Well, I had applied over at Bush's, and I had applied two places. One was the Farmers Union Co-op in town there, and I don't even know what all they did there, but they did stuff with feed and gas and stuff, and I applied at Bush's, and I had heard that somebody had gotten a job at the Farmers Union Co-op, so I was pissed off, and I called up Bush's and said, "Is there ain't been anything done about that?" Or I can't remember what I did ask, but she said, "Oh yeah, I was just thinking about you. Could you come in today and talk to Tom Mergutsky?" Oh yeah, sure. All of a sudden reality rears its ugly head. So I went and talked to him, shaking like a leaf, and he's interviewing me. And back in those days, you interviewed with one person, not a room full or a psychologist or somebody like that to ask you, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? Back then, they asked questions like, well, have you ever drove forklift before? No. Are you mechanically inclined? Well, yeah, sure. yeah, whatever. Didn't tell him the real truth, like I barely know a wrench from a hammer. No. But, and he said, when he got done with all that interviewing, he said, well, can you start tonight? No, I don't think so. I got to go to work tonight. I better tell them that I'm not coming back, right? But yeah, I would love to start, but not tonight, probably. So I went and quit my job that night and came to Bush's the next day. Why can't we get along? Couldn't we all just get along? I know that we're all different, but it's different all that wrong. Wonder if our differences together make us strong. Couldn't we all just get along? All the time I would get done at work, like on Friday nights, yeah, pack up, go home, take a shower, grab my guitars and amps, and go play in a band on Friday and Saturday nights. So I would never give up the dream of being a musician. Yeah, was a constant thing, and I was in a lot of bands. That was quite the trick when I look back on it now. Pat and I talk about this quite a bit. Yeah, it worked full time. I was taking classes at tech school. We had the kids, and then all the stuff that the kids are doing, I don't know how I managed to do that. But when you're young, in your 20s, 30s, yeah, it's okay. You can do it. But yeah, it proved some very interesting times, and I'm grateful that Pat didn't tell me to forget about it, because she was stuck taking care of the kids when I was gone, going to school and playing in the band and stuff. So she was very supportive. But she knew it meant a lot to me, so she put up with it.
You ever heard of Joe Zopp?
Fella got hit by a train a while back? No, I never heard of him. They put an ad in the paper putting a movie together, really not much about it, just where it was supposed to, it was all, these guys are all pretty high tech, so that was just at the point where I knew a little bit about it, and you had to send a headshot to their thing and a little bit about yourself, and then they'd tell you whether or not to come to the interview or not. It was fun. The highlight, one of the life's highlights, was being in that movie. That was a blast. Dale told me to turn it up, so I turned it up. Welcome everybody here on this beautiful Friday morning. For anybody that doesn't know, my name is Rod Brunzlick. I'm from Augusta, born and raised. And come here to sing some songs for you. Well, keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. Wise men say only fools rush in. Job in the city, working for the man every night and day. I want to love you forever, I do. I want to spend all of my days with you. Now this last song I'm going to do is another one of my original tunes, one that I wrote a lot of years ago. A lot of you probably don't remember this, but I used to MC the Miss Augusta contest, and I would always do a song when the judges are doing their voting in the back room and everybody was waiting for the decision. I would always play a song, and I thought I should really write some song with uplifting significance and things like that. And at this particular year, I don't remember what year it was now, but it was right after the Rodney King incident out in California, and there had been a big uproar about that, and they had interviewed him, and they wanted a statement for him, and he says, why can't we all just get along? You know, and this is that was his philosophy of it, pretty simple, and I thought I would write a song with that as a title. Why can't we get along? Hard to understand all the images we see, all the fighting and the burning and the cold brutality, the violence of hate and rage destroying everything. What we need is with one single voice to sing. Why can't we get along? Couldn't we all just get along? Yeah, I know that we're all different, but it's different all that wrong. I wonder if our differences together make us strong. Couldn't we all just get along? When you stop and think about it, a wall that's made of stone would only be a pile of rock if each part was alone. The wheel could never hold its weight if one spoke you took away. I think it's time we all begin to say, why can't we get along? Couldn't we all just get along? Yeah, I know that we're all different, but it's different all that wrong. I wonder if our differences together make us strong. Couldn't we all just get along? With no good reason for the things that have been done, how can people live their lives that way? We could make a better place, a world for everyone, if only we could take the time to say, why can't we get along? Couldn't we all just get along? Oh, I know that we're all different, but it's different all that wrong. I wonder if our differences together make us strong. Couldn't we all just get along? Couldn't we all just get along? Why can't we all just get along? Lights out. Thank you.
Beans, beans, that musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. How I remember that silly old song. You'd sing it to me, and I'd sing along. Back to a time life was simple and sweet, chock full of love and good things to eat. I could smell the beans cooking, it wouldn't be long. Soon we'd be singing our favorite song. Beans, beans, that musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you chew.